Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, March 8, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. As this country observes International Women's Day under the theme Press for Progress, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Human Rights Association is of the view that despite the gains made by Vincentian women, true equality has still not been realized. In a media release, the Human Rights Association stated that although women have become impressive role models in every aspect of life, the association described what it terms as an unfortunate fact whereby women are still not present in equal numbers in areas such as business or politics. The association also stated that violence against women is worse than it has ever been. The SVG Human Rights Association made a call for reflection, advocacy and action at the national level as a means of inspiring Vincentian women and celebrating them. The SVG Human Rights Association also made a plea for all Vincentian women to make a difference in each other's life and continue to press for progress. Meanwhile, reflecting on the gains made, PRO of the Human Rights Association, Jeannie Oliver, said the country has made strides, particularly as it relates to workers' rights.
Resigning, female teachers resigning when they became pregnant and once their stomach started to show. That was another gain that we got through the trade union movement. For teachers and generally for women in the public service. In addition to that, we had a number of programs instituted. We had women's groups sprung up all over the country. In every community, you had a women's group that came into being and supported by the government mechanism.
Oliver made a strong call for more dedicated persons to ensure a better future for all.
And today, as Vincentian women, we cannot afford to give up. We are powerful women. We are women, strong. I don't know how brave we are. But we need to get up and fight against the scourge in our country of violence. We cannot afford to sit back and relax because we have to consider that our girls and our boys are the future generation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we have to fight as the factory workers, the women in the factory workers in the U.S. did in 1909. We need to fight to ensure that the girls and boys of the Vincentian future.
Expressing solidarity with women here and internationally as they celebrate their achievements and strive for equality and the protection of their rights was Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Speaking on the WeFM earlier today, PM Gonsalves commended Vincentian women whom he said have and continue to make tremendous advancements.
All governments since independence have contributed to the further upliftment and empowerment of women, and of course the women themselves and social groups, NGOs and the like. I want to join with all who are in solidarity today with women internationally for the gender equality and for the strengthening and protection of the rights of women and for the enhancement of their opportunities. Of course, this is within the context too of doing the same for all human beings, which includes, of course, the men. And the men have an important role to play in the upliftment, the further upliftment of women.
The Prime Minister also took the opportunity to empathize with female domestic workers, whom he said are not usually mentioned, especially as it regards to their payment and protection.
We should use today, in part, as a drive to draw attention to this particular issue and have domestic workers, have them check their NIS. Make sure that if their employer does not go and get the form, they themselves would go and get it. Have themselves registered. Take it to their employer. It's not a matter that the employer would fire you. If an employer fires you because you want to be registered at the NIS, well, maybe on balance you shouldn't be working with that employer. That employer would have broken the law too.
PM Gonzalez further stressed the need for persons to inculcate and engender a genuine respect for all women.
Embrace the line of those who are at an extreme level, extreme end of the spectrum, some women. When you hear sometimes they talk, you wonder if they hate men. Huh? Yeah. But that's not the overwhelming majority of women in the world who want to have a good, loving, caring, productive, uplifting partnership with men. And of course, there's no perfection. You know, it's always a work in progress, lifting it to higher heights.
And a number of women here were treated to special services today at a fair held at the Flow Promenade to commemorate International Women's Day. Persons got their health checks, makeup, hair and manicure done, tasted treats and received massages. Two of the main organizers of the event, Ignite Public Relations Consultancy and telecommunications company Flow, have partnered with a number of businesses who are mainly owned and operated by women. The day culminated with a rally featuring a number of guest speakers and live entertainment. Ignite Public Relations Consultants, Principal Founder Candice Seeley, as well as Corporate Communications Specialist at Flow, Nalisha Miller, expressed the importance of organizing such an event.
When we got just off Miss Brown's idea, she wanted to host a fair and rally in honor of women to commemorate International Women's Day. We immediately jumped on board because we thought it was such a good idea. You know, for years women have struggled to get their footing in on, you know, in the world of industry and so on. So we immediately jumped on board, and of course we have to put our own Flow twist on things. We did all the we jumped on board with all the logistics and so on. We partnered with them, and today it's a reality.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines is joining many countries across the world in this celebration. Right now, there are rallies, conferences, network meetings happening around the world to celebrate this special day. The rally this afternoon will have inspirational speakers, persons who have gone through things in their past to get to where they are. And the theme this year for International Women's Day is Press for Progress.
One of the main persons at the fair, Aldine Brown, said that she was pleased to be part of the initiative to make women be beautiful and encourage Vincentian women to continue to progress.
Why not help in beautifying women, making them feel beautiful, because a lot of women, they work very hard and they don't have the time to go to come to the salon. They don't have the finance to come to the salon, to the spa, to get their medical checks. So we collaborated with a lot of fabulous women. Beauty, for me, beauty comes from within, and it comes through your personality, through your attitude. And I think I want you to have a beautiful spirit. It shows on the outside. Basically, what we are basically doing, we are enhancing what is already beautiful about women. And as the theme says, press for progress. There are so many women who would have done progressive things that they are not often recognized. And I just want to urge everyone to continue to press for progress in whatever you do.
We spoke to some of the participants and patrons at the Flow International Women's Day Health Fair, and they expressed how pleased they were with the event.
I think it's extremely important for women to feel empowered, and I think specifically for me, I think women in medicine is exceptionally fantastic. I'd love to see the women here be more empowered to be involved in medicine.
Well, we were very excited about participating today. You know, when Aldine called, we readily accepted because we are owned and managed by a female. So, you know, Joshua is all about females empowering women. So we were very excited. We readily accepted. And we partnered with the salad shop today. So we are doing food and just a little setup.
I feel delighted about the event today. I already had a massage done. I had my pressure checked. So I know I can walk around town today feeling that, okay, my pressure is good, I'm healthy, you know, my body is feeling well. Look at the massage, oh, it was wonderful.
I get my blood pressure and the sugar tested.
And how are things looking for you in terms of health-wise?
It's good, real good.
And today being International Women's Day, do you think health is important?
Yeah, very good.
I just got my makeup by Miss Aldine by Chic and Styling. She used majority of her products, and I'm feeling very beautiful today.
And you feel that this is something worthy that she's giving back to?
Yes, it's something worthy, and I want to congratulate all the ladies who take the time out today from their busy schedule to come and take care of us today.
While there is a view that women in this country have made tremendous strides, many still believe more can be done to improve their lives. Our news team took to the streets of capital Kingston today with a twofold question to find out just how women can be more progressive.
Women need to improve.
Well, some women need to improve on the attitude too, and being more productive in certain things, and trying to be more independent and stop depending on men. Yes.
As women, we need to stop depending on men, be self-employed. So, you know, men already, when they feel that they're giving you everything, they intend to show themselves on you because you're being like the lazy one who don't want to get up and get. And I think most of all, as women, they should not be taking any disrespect from no man at all, not even your husband or nobody.
What you see that they have improved in that you like?
Well, most of them is communicating among other persons, and most of them speaking out. If other women could speak out like the few, enough things will solve in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
They need to stand up to their rights and take a rightful place in this society.
Well, get up some of them home and having a lot of children, have less children. Yeah, I feel that is it.
That's one of the holdbacks for them.
Yeah, I was away abroad and I noticed I come back to St. Vincent, I noticed a lot of women doing stuff that they never used to do. Yes.
Like what?
Like some things. Even like how some of them have been abused and sitting in a relationship. Some get up and...
So they're speaking up?
Yeah.
The way they project themselves in society, I think they need to take up a more positive look at the way they carry themselves.
And they have been improving good in what areas? Very short now.
Well, in terms of their ability to provide for themselves and their family.
What do you think women can improve themselves in?
I guess I would just say more self-respect. That's it. So ladies, just have more self-respect for yourself and you're good.
What have you seen them moving forward in that is commendable?
They're more vocal. They're more standing up for their rights. They're more vocal on issues in society, and that's really good.
There is a need for more conversations to be held here as to what constitutes SVG's national dish. That's the view of Chief Representative of the Greg's Garifuna Council, John Nero, as he spoke with SVG-TV News on the upcoming Heroes Day activities. Nero said the official national dish, breadfruit and jackfish, has no indigenous ingredients and would not have formed part of the diet of our ancestors. Nero said there needs to be a national indigenous dish which represents the true heritage of SVG.
In terms of the national dish, I don't think that there was a broad enough consultation and consensus to say what exactly should be the components of the dish. The indigenous staples are not a part of this national dish. So I suspect that we need, besides the national dish, an indigenous dish, which would include arroot, cassava, and the river fish that our foreparents used to eat. With the national dish, the breadfruit is said to have been brought here 225 years ago by a white man, Captain Bligh. The jackfish does not normally appear. We don't normally get it in places like Greg's, where we're secluded in the highlands.
Nero added that the preparation of the national dish is alien to the practices of our ancestors and considered the current national dish discriminatory to our ancestors.
So, on top of that, the jackfish is fried, but they don't specify what oil. And nowadays, the oil is an imported oil. And if there's an imported oil frying the jackfish, then the whole dish has been compromised. The essence of the dish is compromised. It ought to be coconut oil, and they have to specify that it's fried in that. On top of everything, indigenous people never used to fry. They boiled, sun-dried, and roasted. So there's something wrong with the national dish. It needs to be addressed or redressed. And in any case, we in Greg's will launch our own indigenous dish on March 14th to let the country know that this is what we used to survive on, and that the national dish is racist and prejudice against indigenous people.
Members of the public are being encouraged to continue to give their support to the youth as they continue to create innovative ideas to protect the natural environment. This encouragement comes from environmental educator Alison Cruikshank as he gave an update on activities being held under the Reef Guardian project. Speaking of an activity held by the Calico Anglican Primary School entitled Be the Solution to Water Pollution, Cruikshank said it was well received in the Calico community and thanked the Forestry Department for their support.
On Friday, March 2nd, 2018, the Calico Anglican Primary School, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority, and other agencies, executed the project Be the Solution to Water Pollution. And that project saw an opening ceremony at the school, and that was followed by a march in the community. And the students during that march distributed various leaflets and other informational material to members of the community regarding the effects of land-based pollution. And that was well received, and it was followed by a cleanup of the area of the river that runs along the school down to the fisheries complex. And that was executed primarily due to the help of workers from the Forestry Division, and we want to express our gratitude to them for that.
Cruikshank took the opportunity to encourage members of the public to give support to an activity in capital Kingston tomorrow, where the youth will have a lionfish sensitization program entitled Eat It to Beat It at the car park near the General Post Office building.
And we also want to remind members of the public that the other mini project under the Reef Guardian pilot program will be held this Friday at 9 a.m. That is Friday, March 9th, 2018 at 9 a.m. And that will be at the car park that is adjacent to the Ministerial Building and the Kingston General Post Office. And it is titled Eat It to Beat It. It is a lionfish sensitization program. So we hope to see everyone there at 9 a.m. this Friday. Thank you.